but I would pay my baby mother off right fucking now. If I had the money to pay pay the rest of my child. Austino, my brother.
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Why you say how you doing like you don't know me? Like, how you doing?
Oh, my bad. I just got off work and
he's sitting there. How you doing? Like, what? Like, I'm a guest.
I'm in work mode. I'm in work mode.
Yo, that's funny, man. Yeah,
how you doing? Hey, my bad. I didn't even realize, like, with the recording. How you doing?
Yo, that's how you know we still, he's still in work mode.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Hey, bro, I could tell you had a good day at work. You must have had a decent day at work. You over here still in work mode, bro.
Yeah, I'm still in character. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You definitely.
You know
doing that job, boy. You definitely gotta switch that up real quick.
Yeah.
Because I know I've definitely had to do it too. Hell, even being here a little bit. You gotta put on a little bit until you get to know them. They sit in your chair, and then while you cutting them, cutting them, and then you cut up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. So, that's good. That's what's up, man. Hey, look.
Topo Chico. I found 2 in the back of the refrigerator.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah, let me open yours first.
Cracking me open. Pause. My
finger's a little compromised. I was hoping I was able to do that flawlessly. My dog bit me this morning.
Your dog bit you?
Right here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he tagged me. I didn't get to raise him. So I got him when he was 7 months old, and he was chained to a carport right there in Leesburg. The dude wanted $800. I gave him $300 just because I wanted to save the dog's life. And I saw his teeth were white. So I was like, man, that dog's got a lot of potential. And when I saw him...
When their teeth white, that's a good thing though, right?
No, that's good. I mean, he's young.
Okay.
He was young. But the point is, I never got to raise him. So you can have more control of a dog if you raise him from a puppy. Yeah. So I pretty much got him when he was like a juvenile delinquent. And he didn't really know anything. Like all he knew was he was chained and he was starving to death. So he's been, like, the last 2 months I've noticed he's been getting a little aggressive around the food. Like, he'll bark and then, I'm trying to get him to stop it. And the thing with bullies is that they're very stubborn. So I hit him with one of these, like, you better stop. And then he just got excited and just kind of went, like, got me real quick. And he realized what he did, because he could have locked down. Yeah, he could have really, the finger could have been, at first that's what I was concerned about. And obviously I have to work with my hands. So I had to, it was quick. And I cleaned it, and I put some liquid Band-Aid. And it takes a lot for me to go to the hospital.
Oh, hell yeah, we do.
Yeah. And then my patience was tested on Tuesday.
Well, you had a long week then.
Yeah, until now. And then, we don't use it. So Tuesday, I had a customer that, her mom is bedridden, has dementia, and then the nurse, I don't know if you call them the people that take care of people.
No, not hospice. That's
not nurse assistants, or
I know who they are. My aunt was
a medical assistant.
My aunt used to be one of them. She came to the house and she took care of her and all the other stuff.
Yes, exactly.
My aunt, she used to be.
So I come to this call, and the lady, she doesn't speak too good of English, so I'm trying to, like, communicate with her, and she was Haitian, so she could only, like, say, so she just kept saying, the handle's broken, your plumber fixed it, you need to fix this.
So wait a minute, you going behind somebody's cleanup, you cleaning up somebody. Oh Lord.
And this person already left the company.
Well, that's like going behind somebody's bad haircut. You fixing up a bad haircut nowadays. Trust me, I remember exactly what he was going through too. I remember going behind old plumbing work that wasn't my stuff. If it wasn't my stuff that broke, then I'm not going behind. So you better send their ass right back out there. I used to hate that.
So basically I went to hostile territory. So I see that, she said last Monday, but this job that was done was the tub clean out. The tub clean out. So if the tub ever it just overflows
down into
basically. So I was I was thinking she was pulling a fast one because it just said $89, and that's a dispatch fee. So if you don't go with any of the estimates, you get charged the dispatch fee,
which is not included as a job.
You know, my former coworker, he, you know, charged him as a minimum plumbing task for $89. So I thought I was going to a fresh call. And the lady keeps calling it a handle. I said, ma'am, it's a clean out handle.
Yeah.
Clean out kit. So there's cameras everywhere. And all of a sudden, you know, they go with the flow. I said, I'm going to charge you $121. The minimum plumbing task is $171. I'm going to take $50 off, and I'm going to take care of this for you. In and out. Got the WD-40, got my screwdriver ready to throw the clean out back on. The notes never said anything about a warranty, and I was just confused why my coworker charged $89. So all of a sudden, the nurse or nurse assistant, or you know, whoever was taking care of the lady, and I always care about people, you know, older people. You know, the mom was bedridden and she had dementia. She was talking to herself. So I was like, man, I want to take care of these people. So then I get on the phone with her. The nurse hands me the phone. We'll just call her a nurse because she was wearing medical scrubs. So she hands me the phone. You know, the owner or the caregiver, the daughter, gets on and he says, you ain't gonna charge me $121. You ain't gonna do this. I already paid. And then I'm like looking, and you know, you've worked service time, so you could look at the history of the transactions, and it says $89. $89 is not a big spender. So you know,
like
it's
you said,
just
that's the bare minimum, or either like you said, a dispatch fee.
So you've been in the game enough. The customers that spend the least amount of money are the biggest headaches.
Because they want the most stuff, and you think.
Yes. So I felt like my spidey senses were going off, and my gut feeling was going on, and I was like, I think this lady's trying to get me to curse at her, or wild out on her, or like act out a character so she can get free work and I can lose my job. And I was like, I was already like thinking about stuff when she was coming at me, all this. So I tried
It's funny because 2020, and I'm already just because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, I know 2025 Austin. He's trying to hold his composure a little bit. This had been 2020 Austin when I met this brother. 2021 Austin. Yo, bring it, lady, bring it.
I'll get into the juicy stuff. So then the lady was getting all over there. She was coming at me like a podcast. She's like, I ain't gonna let you hold the narrative. And I was like, the narrative? I said, what are we doing? Are we battling? And then I was just all confused about this. I said, what's the narrative? I said, lady, I'm trying to fix you. So I said, instead of arguing with her, I just went with her flow. I was like, I'm going to let management deal with this. And I'm going to have to give my manager credit for this because he had my back at the end. And long story short, so she's coming at me sideways on the phone. And you know, we're going back and forth, and then I thought she said the F word to me, like, I don't give a fuck, or something like that. And I said, ma'am, you don't need to curse at me. Oh, you thinking I'm cursing? You thinking I'm cursing? I pray to Jesus every Sunday. And this is the thing with the religious people. That doesn't give you a right to be rude to people. Just because you're religious does not give you a right to be rude to the public or anybody that helps you. Just in general, whether it's the mechanic, a server, the person working at McDonald's, anybody, you should respect people regardless. So so then I said, ma'am, I thought you said that for, I'm gonna get the manager, and then I'm just like, what's my motivation to even help you, lady? I was like, you're gonna tell the manager on me, so like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I said, ma'am, all this talking we could have did. I said, I'm trying to control the conversation on the phone, and I said, all this conversation that we just had, I could have had this out, had this taken care of, and she was like this, and I just want to let you know. And I never cursed at her anything or raised my voice. I said, I just so there's no confusion, after I install this clean out cap, there's no warranty. And if any other plumbing issues come up, it's gonna involve money. That's what really set her off. So I don't know. Do you think that was rude for saying that? Just because of the confusion and saying, yes, next time, yes, this costs money. I can't come out here for free.
Yeah,
basically, I tried to say it the nicest way possible.
Which
and then
she won't. Knowing her, she won't tell. She won't tell if something happens again.
So of course
she won't say. She won't say that's what the last client said. I mean, last plumber said. But obviously, you write that in your notes. You write that in your notes, like, hey, this is what we discussed. I explained to her, next time if somebody has to come out here, we're gonna have to discuss a permanent solution, a more permanent solution, or a better fix, a more permanent fix.
Yeah.
Because if not, then, like you said, we can't do nothing about that. We ain't gonna fix it for nothing.
And then she was trying to pull this other stuff, trying to, like, she was just like if I was a bear in a cage, she was just like poking me. Poking me.
Dylan Brooks.
Yes. So then she said, she tried to pull this on me when I said the money comment. I said, oh, you don't think I got money? Oh, wait until I tell the manager. And I still kept it cool. I said, ma'am, it is not like that. I just want to make sure there's no confusion after this. After this, I'm confused about this call. I came here after the call. I don't know what was said between you and my coworker. I'm here. You keep calling it a sink handle. It's not a sink handle. It's a clean out for the tub drain. Then this is when I was about to lose it. And this is when I was about to go into to like, let's go eye for an eye, lady.
2020 also.
Yes. So even 2012. She said, oh, you're lucky. By God's graces, I don't get my brother. And I didn't even know what to say. I was so pissed off. You know how you're so mad your lips start shaking?
Yeah.
And then you're like so pissed off, and I saw blood. And what I wanted to say, and I'm trying to keep it professional, and I know there's cameras all over me. I know she's recording me, and I know she's trying to catch me saying something messed up. I said, ma'am, ma'am, I gotta go. You just threatened me, and I took it as a threat. Oh, I didn't threaten you. And then the nurse takes off somewhere, and then I'm like, I said, ma'am, I'm done with you. I said, I'm done. I'm out. Have a good day. I said, have a good day. Yeah. So I'm trying to hand the phone to the nurse, and then the nurse said, oh, don't yell at the nurse. I said, ma'am, I'm trying to get the phone because I don't want to just put the phone at the front door and be like, Austin stole the phone. So I just said, ma'am, can you please get the phone? So she went upstairs with the old lady somewhere, like whether it was in the room or put her in their bed. But yeah, just a wild week. How was yours?
Boy,
I don't know if you want to add to that, but I'm sure you know about the horror stories of cheap plumbing options and cheap plumbing jobs and the headaches that they can cause.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can talk about that, but it's kind of piggybacking.
But the good thing is I can talk to you about it because
I was in your situation. I know exactly what you're talking about.
My world, like you understand my world.
I know exactly. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm cutting hair right now, because of that world right there.
Yeah,
them type of people, and then just the regular ones, like the ones that really need it and things like that, and the ones that you can't help, and the ones that you wish you can help. And the ones that cuss your ass out because you tell them a price too.
And for the record,
all of that I was not.
For the record, people, $89 is not a lot of money in plumbing.
That is the dispatch fee. That is the walk in the door. Hell, at Ace it was $69. Yeah. So that is just to walk in the door. That's what is going to have to come out of your pocket whenever we come there. Whether they come out there and they fix your issue or not, you're leaving out. They're leaving out with at least $69. That's what they're supposed to do.
So on a positive note, you can see I've progressed as a man.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm still here. I still have a job. I still have my finger. But I still have my dog. I didn't give up on him. And, we're here now.
But somebody who's not really having a great week or is having an interesting week is a couple of people that we've been kind of following this week.
But how was your week though?
It was.
He's trying to be bashful and humble.
I didn't.
You're 36.
Yeah. So I went.
Let's talk about your birthday. Let's talk about the Legos. My boy Ron likes the Legos.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, she took care of
Good
me.
woman. Good woman.
Yeah, she took care of me. We went to a Lego convention on
Nice. See?
Man, last Sunday?
People really getting to know you now.
Last Sunday and stuff. Yeah, and anybody that know me, they know I love me some Legos, especially Black Panther.
Yes.
Black Panther that's my favorite superhero, super character, everything.
You got it halfway done, or?
No, that thing been done.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, that thing been done.
How long did it take you?
It took me about 12 hours over 2 days.
So I don't know too much about Legos, but did it say 18 plus?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the highest? Does it go 21 plus
No,
or
it's
just 18 plus?
18 plus is the highest. And yeah, like I said, it took me 12 hours and 2 days. So the first day I stayed on it till about, which was Sunday. I stayed on to about 5 to about 12 that day. And then the next day, no, from 9 to 12. And then the baby overslept at grandma's house, some grandma's house. My mother or Ania's mother. And I was able to do it from 5 to 12. So 7 hours, it was like 7 hours and 5 hours. So 12 hours in the first 2 days, bam, knocked that bad boy out. Super clean. I was super excited.
Do you read the directions or you just kind of wing it?
No, I'm reading the directions and stuff like that because I'm still getting back into it. Like how back in the day when I was younger and stuff like that, I was building random stuff, all kinds of stuff. Now I don't have a super duper huge collection of like spare parts and stuff like that. I just over the last maybe 3 years is when I started like getting back into it.
Nice.
So, but yeah, Lego is definitely an expensive hobby though.
It is?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we spent about $600 in Lego that day on Sunday.
Yeah?
The Black Panther cost $400 alone.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get
the Batman car cost.
The Batman 8, the Batmobile 1989, and the Batwing 1989. Those two together, those was about $700 because they were about $350 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah, those two was about $700.
Lego's killing it,
especially with me.
Isn't there one by the Florida Mall? Isn't there a Lego store?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I go. No, not by the Florida Mall, but in not Disney, the Universal.
I know Disney Spring has.
Yeah, Disney.
I've been to Disney Springs. Yeah,
that's cool. That's kind of where I like get my if I'm just there, if I'm freaking like jotting off or whatever, I'm gonna go ahead. I would run up in there, and if I see something cool or something like that, I'll get it.
Nice.
And so, but yeah, it's funny because I had to stop like really going hard on Legos. So at one point I was getting like a set every month. I was trying to get like a set every month, a nice set every month.
Yeah.
But for one, I started running out of place to put it.
Yeah.
And then I found out we was having Mahari. Nia was pregnant with Mahari, and I was like, oh well, there go 300 extra frivolous dollars unnecessarily spent. And so let's add this to the baby fund. And so I had to slow down a little bit. So
I like how your wife supports your dreams and hobbies. She's a real cheerleader.
Yeah, I love that too, man.
I hope to get me one of those.
Man, you gonna get there, man. We gonna get you there, bro, for real. We definitely gonna get you there. There ain't no doubt about that.
Ladies, I finally calmed down. I'm not hothead. I have my moments, but
yeah. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Nice.
My little weekend stuff.
Nice.
So
36. You feel old?
No, I always say I feel seasoned. I'm nice and seasoned, You see
now you passed the mid-30s. Now you're in the late 30s officially.
Oh Lord, you sound just like Nia. Jesus Christ.
Nah, I'm in the real late 30s.
Yeah,
38.
I was about to say, hell yeah, boy.
I think the only thing is keeping me in the fight is nutrition.
Yeah, for real. So, but yeah, no, that was the weekend. But now.
Ooh,
like I said, somebody who ain't having a couple of cats that ain't having no great weekend. Kanye and damn Anthony Edwards. Them two, Especially that damn Anthony Edwards. I want to lay into him. I'm going to lay into him like he was sitting in my barber chair, like how I talked to him. And I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
Like he about to have $300 million and shit like that.
Like barbershop.
Oh, yeah. He about to get this barbershop
Cedric, it's Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, and anybody that know me, especially young cats, man, shoot. When you sit in my chair, man, I'm
That's good.
I ain't trying to preach. I'm just telling you what I've been through. I always tell cats like, yo, I'll just tell you what I've been through, especially if you one of the military cats. You the military cats, I always, don't come with no girlfriend. Don't come with no girlfriend. Don't knock up the girlfriend from back at home neither. Because them ain't nothing but headaches. I've been there. I've done that. And I got how many more years I got left of this headache? 13. So I got about 10 more years left of this headache. Oh Lord. Yeah, so I got about 10 more years left of this headache. And so yeah. No. So but yeah, man, Anthony Edwards, boy. He cut $1 million check to
Anthony Edwards plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. A little
just
backstory.
in case some people don't know about it.
Yeah, you're right. So Anthony Edwards, 23-year-old Georgia boy,
supposed to be the next
NBA
LeBron.
player. He's one of the next faces of the league. The LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs, they about to transition out.
You ever see that movie he was in with
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, with
Anthony
Adam
Edwards?
Sandler.
Oh yeah. You're right. But that's him for real. But that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah,
I like that. Adam Sandler was getting the kid from Spain, and he was
I think it was Juan Hernandez. Yeah, Juan Hernandez.
Was he playing like a sports agent
Juan Hernandez? Yeah, he was a sports agent. He found Juan Hernandez over in Europe and Europe League.
Nice.
And stuff.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a real good movie. I liked it. But yeah,
Adam Sandler's one of my favorite actors.
One of your favorite?
Yeah, I'm a big Adam Sandler fan.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
My favorite Adam Sandler movie is, not to get off topic, but this is the last thing I'll say, Wedding Singer. Favorite. I've watched that at least 30 times in my life.
Oh Lord. Okay.
So, but Anthony Edwards,
Anthony
he played for
Minnesota Timberwolves.
He's from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, he's from Georgia, Atlanta. And he's showing his age.
They like to party in Atlanta.
Yeah, he really do. And he cut this woman. Now a little backstory on the woman now too. She has a baby currently by both of them, Anthony Edwards and Lil Baby. So she had a baby by the rapper Lil Baby first, and then she thought she was trying to get a come up from Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, obviously, he must have hooked up with her or something like that. I don't know, because obviously she's Lil Baby mother, so they run all together.
Well, I also think women that, let's be honest, they prey on athletes and entertainers.
Of course, she thought.
I think they know the game. They know where they hang out. They know the strip clubs they hang out. Mm-hmm. They know where they're gonna be at.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like they've even had like college classes. I think Colorado University, Deion Sanders brought Brittany Renner.
Yeah, Brittany Renner.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He brought Brittany Renner out there to talk to the fellas.
Yeah, talk to them and let them know like
this is how we move. Like she was trying to show
like stories of poking, holes in the condom.
Yeah, poking holes in the condom, using the turkey baster to suck up the whatchamacallit. So them hoes is wild, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at the league and stuff like that.
How old is this little baby mama?
She old.
Yeah, so
she old.
So she's 23.
I believe she is older than us. Yeah. I mean, I don't know her,
she's on that
or she's about our age.
Yeah,
put it that way.
But he's 23.
Anthony Edwards is 23 years old.
So she was running game on him. So she was like the Black Widow.
But see, exactly. But that's the thing. Y'all fools. Y'all are the $300 million man. You the $300 million man. What I say goes. If you don't want me to use a rubber, then damn it, This is my rubber. This is mine. This is my condom. I'm not using your condom. You ain't going, no. You want to get the one out of my pocket. I'm going to put it on me. I know my shit is good.
Yeah.
I ain't go poking shit up in my stuff. I'm not going to use your condom. No. Boy, you're not going to play that on.
But condoms can't be 100% all the time.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course not. You
not
know,
to get too
but
personal.
you take the precautions and stuff and you do what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, because by that time it's like, I don't care if she tells you, all right, well, you know, I'm on the pill and everything. Yeah. If she tells me I'm on the pill, guess what? I'm still going to use the condom because I know the pill ain't 100% neither. But with my condom on, damn it, that's pretty good for me. I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to roll with the pill and the condom. I'm going to roll with that and I'm going to take my chances, and whatever happens, I'm going to handle responsibility. Now, this is the part that I'm getting at Anthony Edwards for. Because now, you got 3 open child support cases. So all the other ones must be going pretty decent because you ain't got no issue with the baby mother. But you got an issue with this baby mother, so you don't want shit to do with this child and this baby mother. But the other ones you're totally fine with. He ain't got no issue with those. So he wants child visitation and all this other stuff with them too. He's willing to go through the custody arrangements and stuff like that. But with this one, when this come, I get it. I got a crazy baby mother too. And she worked my nerves like a motherfucker do too, to this day. But guess what? I would never turn my back on them kids. I would never turn my back on responsibility that I created.
Has it gotten better or?
Hell no.
No.
It ain't getting no better.
No.
It ain't getting no better.
Have you had a conversation with her? Or?
No, I haven't had no conversation with her, man. We don't talk about it. If my child ain't break something or get lost, if they ain't break nothing or get lost or whatnot, I don't have a conversation with her.
Nice.
But
not nice, but I understand.
but yeah, no. It goes back to me saying again. So you can pick and choose which ones you want to be in their life. You can pick and choose which children you want to go ahead and be with and all that other stuff because you don't like the baby mother. Yeah. So you don't want to have nothing to do with the child. That's the part I don't respect. Yeah, you cut the woman a check for $1 million, but what about that baby growing up for the next 18 years? She has sisters that she has brothers and sisters that she now got to look at and be like, damn, because they're all the same age now. All his kids is all the same fucking age. And they all rapper baby mothers and all that other stuff. They all Instagram hoes.
They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They have to know, like they have to be rubbing shoulders. They have, like from what I heard, I've never been in that.
All the dudes, they fuck the same 12 girls. Yeah. There's fucking 20, there's 12 women in the industry that they all recycle.
And social media makes it easier.
But my whole thing is, if you ain't want to be with the chick, yo, strap the fuck up, man. Yeah. If you ain't want to have the chick, now granted, on her ass, bitch, you ain't off lines neither now. Yeah. Because you knew that man ain't want to have no kid. So if he wanted to up and leave you, don't get mad when he cut you the check and be like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with her. Because there's brothers like that. Obviously, we see there's brothers like that cut the check. Yo, I don't want nothing to do with this. If you got it like that. Most of the brothers, they don't even do that. They just say, yo, catch me if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. Yeah. So, like, they'll take their chances with that. That man was just lucky enough to be able to have the money to be able to do that. Now, granted, that ain't a real good idea neither for him to do neither, because let his ass get injured next month. He get injured next month, have a career in the year, he just, God forbid, then now he just cut a check that he can't even afford. But it's one of them things for me, I'm just like, bro, you can't just pick and choose because you got to be responsible about who you bust your seeds in, who you impregnate. Everyone know we all took sex ed. We know what not to do to get a woman pregnant. Bitch, you what not to do to have that man and not to get on top of you. But you know what you was doing. You wanted that man to cut that check for you.
The saddest
Those
part,
are check babies.
The saddest part of the whole situation is
the children.
I don't feel sorry for the Anthony Edwards or the woman. I feel sorry for the kid. One of them.
The baby is the one that feels.
Because think about how he feels. Like when he grows up, and like my dad wants nothing to do with me.
Wants nothing to do with me.
But I see him on TV
with them two other kids that are supposed to be. Why can't I be in that picture? Or why can't I be at the championship games and stuff like that? Because you don't want nothing to do with my mother? I can't be at the championship games? Or I can't go on and have the daddy daycare or whatever, go play with my sisters, see my sisters and stuff like that?
Morally, it's wrong.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, morally, it's wrong. And they need to... I wish maybe one day, maybe he'll mature and he'll be like, you know what?
I hope so too.
Yeah, at least be there.
I hope so too, because that's some fuck shit.
Do something. That's some sucker shit right there. That's some real sucker shit. I don't think the whole $1 million should go to her.
No.
Yeah, some of that money, I think half of it should go to the kid, or when he turns into some type of trust fund, so then he has like a head start on life when he turns 18. Because if all that money, if it's in her hands, it's
that
gone.
money's gone in 2 years.
Yeah, it's not going to be there when he's 18.
That money is gone in 2 years.
So...
that money is going to be gone. I'll give it 3 years tops, maximum.
Sad.
3 years. Because she ain't going to, man, please. Dog, what she just basically did, she just hit the lottery for a little
Isn't that like crazy? That's like one of the number one stress is money. So like that stress between Anthony Edwards and that woman, they don't even have to worry about that. But like, people like you and I, or people that don't have it like that, like think about how much stress and like, it's like they're not even like living a reality. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they're just like,
just cut a check and all right, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Like,
I'm all right. I resign my rights over. I sign my rights over to you and everything. And now it doesn't exist for me.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. If I had the ends, I would for sure. And this may sound controversial, but I would pay my baby mother off right fucking now. If I had the money to pay the rest of my child support off, and know I can get my visitation, I know what days I can call, or what days my children is going to be coming down at the house. Know when I can call my kids. Know that her ass can't fucking sit there and hold the kids hostage when they with me. Tell me that they can't come down, or I'm gonna tell your father that you guys ain't coming down or something like that. If I had that, if I was able to pay her off, because this is all her, she wants. She's just like one of them typical hoes. She literally is. She wants money. I do my part as the father, financially and there for my kids. But she just want the money. Me, all I want is visitation. I would cut her a check so quick if it meant I can get my visitation, everything settled, and know I can get the kids and stuff whenever our timing is necessary. Because that means I would never have to hear a damn thing from her. And I wouldn't have to worry about no hassle and all this other stuff. So I get why he cut the whole check, but I would never walk away from a kid.
The sad part is how common this is. Like, this isn't just a rare thing. Like, this
it sure the hell ain't.
It is very common.
Because like I said, most fucking dads like him, they ain't even cutting no checks. Because they can't afford to cut no damn checks. They just say, fuck you. They just say fuck you and not
driver's license, and then they're just
or like I said, play catch me if you can, and then
and that's fucked up too.
Yeah,
that's weak as hell. So
that was one of the things that caught me, and I was just like, nah, man, I can't let this shit go. Like I said, if I gotta have a barbershop talk with this cat, I wish I could, because
he's 23. They say you don't grow up until you're 25.
I was just about to say.
The part of the brain isn't developed. The frontal lobe isn't
frontal cortex.
Frontal cortex. I need that cyst. Thank you, sir.
You already know.
I don't want to bleed, so I just hit you with the bumps. Yeah.
Nah, man. He, like I said, he still is young and stuff like that. Hopefully
so maybe like when he turns 28. Yeah. He's like, damn. I said, let me at least like have some type of relationship with the kid, because at the end of the day,
it doesn't.
Every boy wants to be with his father.
I think
it's good to have a relationship with your mother.
I think it's a girl. I think the girl that
regardless, girl or
it
boy,
don't matter. It's a baby.
Well,
it's
the daughter, because
I'm not sure.
And that's another circle, because you don't want the mom to be like, hey, this is normal, just go after it and get a cash grab, and that shouldn't be normal.
Because that's the ideology. And like listen, man, fathers just need to be around their kids, period. Whether you got a girl or a boy, you really need to be around your kids, because they need to see.
They need a hero.
They need a
hero.
Exactly.
Yeah, someone to look up to.
Exactly. And they need to be able to see like what we're supposed to, the examples,
the lessons, the life lessons, the mistakes that you made as a man, or mistakes that I've made, or anything like that, So,
and you got to be able to see like how you're supposed to be treated. If you got a little girl, you need to show.
You know, if Anthony Edwards, not to make an excuse for his action, does he come from a single mother?
I don't completely know.
Because unfortunately, remember when I was talking about, I remember like maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, we were talking about neighborhoods and like how you need to change the culture. Like this shouldn't be normal in any fucking neighborhood. Whether it's in the trailer parks, or whether it's in some fucking desert town, or whether it's in the country of Arkansas or Alaska, it doesn't matter. Like it shouldn't be acceptable behavior. And this is what I was saying, like every one of these, like, I know the Boys and Girls Club help, but there needs to be more done. Like, it's just like we got to break the cycle. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. So,
yeah, but yeah, see, I don't completely know his background, because I mean, if I did, maybe that can give me a little idea.
Yeah.
Because
maybe his dad did it to him.
I was just about to say, maybe he didn't grow up with a father, so maybe that's just what he was taught.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's what he grew up around.
He grew up.
Yeah, his cousins did it. His uncle did it.
Exactly. So
that's all he knows.
Maybe that's a thing.
That's like normal behavior.
See, that's exactly the
part. But
it
doesn't make an excuse for it.
Exactly. It ain't no excuse for that.
But I'm trying to get inside the kid's head.
Yeah, exactly. I understand exactly what you're talking about, because then that's like, all right, well, okay, so maybe now I can start
break the cycle, young man.
Seeing and showing him, figuring like this. No, son, this is how you.
This is the problem. I was going to use it for another person, but this can be applied. This is the problem when you become rich and powerful and you surround yourself with yes people. You get a false sense of what the fuck reality is. So he's got. Like, obviously, I don't know his background, if he came from Section 8 housing or he's from the projects or whatever. I don't know.
Or 2 pound.
But I know right now, as we speak, he's Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
And he's got like everybody from his middle school.
And
every girl that kissed him. Any girl that he had a crush. Any girl he had a crush on from college or high school is coming at him. So the kid. It's just like a child star. You got a false sense of reality because no one's telling you like, hey man, that's not acceptable. Hey, or one of his homies like saying, hey man, I don't know if he had the baby in California or wherever.
No, they're calling it a Georgia baby.
In Georgia?
Yeah, they're calling it a Georgia baby.
Unfortunately,
she did that shit on purpose.
Unfortunately, and his circle has yes people around him, and he's not. He doesn't have anybody like a father figure.
You don't got a big homie
or a mentor.
Yeah, big homies like a motherfucker like me talking to him. He definitely ain't got that person talking to him like that. He don't have that type of person, and if he did, that person is gone out. And man, get out of here, bro. Don't talk to me like that. Especially young kids with money.
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell. Man, stop. You can't tell no young person that think they doing something with any type of boy. They look at you like. Man, come on, bro. Get out of here. Like, look, man, you old head. I'll be an old head real quick.
Eventually, all the 4 of those women or 3 women, they're going to put them on child support, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But the part that upsets me at least they are getting taken care of on a positive note financially. But they need a dad. They need their dad, and it sucks because
with 3 children all the same age.
You know how the internet is. Those kids are gonna be like, "Oh, you're Anthony Edwards' dad. Son," and he doesn't even take it. Kids are cruel. Kids are mean.
Yep.
They'd be like, "Oh, your mom got $1 million." You know, people say some side jokes like, you know.
But see, that's when these parents and stuff, these Instagram models, they don't think about that.
No.
They don't think about that type of stuff that they go through at school and stuff like that the kids is gonna go through. You know, they don't look into that. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
It's sad.
And you know now
I'm about to really get I'm about to get Ron's blood boiling.
Yeah, because I was just about.
Here we go.
Started. What, boy? I already know you good. Okay.
Can I?
Go ahead. Because I already know where you're going.
I got Ron to watch the Kanye West DJ Academics interview.
I watched about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Up until what part?
Well, let's talk about the interview and then get to the because I already know what the part is.
Yeah.
So. You want to do a first take, or you want me to get at it?
No, you can go ahead and do you can do. You know what? Now let me go ahead and do my first take.
Because I got some takes I want to take, but whenever you.
You know, I think I watched about maybe about 25, 30 minutes of the whatchamacallit. Because I guess he went doing his fucking Kanye shit. And you already know how fucking Kanye is. He out here still trying to promote that album and shit. So he got to open his mouth to let everybody know, hey, I'm still out here. So you know, I'm causing attention. I needed the world in an uproar. So who am I going to do it with? I'm going to have a conversation with one of me personally. I don't think so, but he is for the culture. Period. One of the biggest YouTubers, or not YouTubers, but streamers, one of the biggest streamers.
Hip hop influencer.
Yeah, okay. I don't
Yeah, he's a bit of an influencer.
Hip hop though?
Yeah.
Okay. DJ Academics. He did a conversation, sit down conversation.
No,
even though he was fucking standing and shit, weirdos, for an hour. But he did a conversation with DJ Academics. And I guess he was basically just talking about a lot going on in the industry.
Well, the thing is, in the interview, he was trying to justify his fuckboy shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was trying to justify, like, talking about Jay-Z's kids, and I thought that was weak, and I have to agree with you on that. Shit. To make fun of someone's kid, whether he is autistic, whether he's not. It's not funny.
Listen,
it's not cool to talk about a little kid like that, especially a 47-year-old loser.
Listen.
At the end of the day, we can say Kanye officially has fell off.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. Anybody that know me, don't you ever fucking talk about my kids.
No.
And so for Kanye to say that shit about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, listen, I'm not the biggest Jay-Z and Beyonce fans neither. But they kids ain't got nothing to do with the shit that they actually did. And you are a grown fucking man talking about somebody else's kids. I don't give a fuck. Then you talking about because Jay-Z didn't help you when you was dealing with your kids. Motherfucker, you sat down and laid down with that bitch and had them kids.
Or they didn't come to the wedding.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't like the chick neither. And apparently in the interview, you didn't like the chick neither.
Yeah. Yeah. DJ Academics asked him. He's like, I didn't want to. He's like, you chose her. And then he goes, I knew 2 months within dating her, I didn't want to have kids with her. So, and the part that was so bizarre about
that's
the whole.
That's when I shut it off.
Yeah, my part.
That's when I was done.
I was bizarre with the meeting was when DJ Academics asked him, pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, you're supposed to be a God-fearing man. Which I did like that question. And then he didn't even, if you notice in the interview, he didn't have anything to say. He just got quiet. So he just said, I'm evil. So that way he doesn't have to take any accountability. But the thing is, you can't worship God and worship the devil at the same time. You can't do that. You either got to pick the devil or you got to pick God. And it's just like, it's the best thing we could do is just ignore him, because it's just.
Listen.
You got to take accountability. And then another thing that pisses me off is like, I'm getting tired of him talking about Jewish people. He needs to stop generalizing people, because there is good Jewish people out there in the world. Very good Jewish people. And then you want to talk about Jewish people, but your accountant was Jewish. All these other people were Jewish. So you want to be with Jewish people when it's convenient for you. But that's not even the point. The point is that you're not consistent with what you're saying, and then you just say, oh, I'm bipolar. Or you just say, I'm going to Japan and I'll figure it out. His wife left him. I don't know if you know. Yeah.
I know.
Even the second one.
Yeah.
She
left him after that. I don't even know. She left him. I
never heard her talk. I didn't hear her speak one more time. But
she left him after that whole that sheer dress thing.
Yeah, with the KKK and the swastika.
Well, it was mainly right after. It was after the.
Well, she tried to commit him to a hospital.
Yeah.
And then of course Kanye's like, no, I'm going to Japan. I'm out. And then he's just like doing music. And then I'm not the biggest.
Anybody that saw that when she went out on that runway, I forget when, whatever it was, a couple months ago. Everybody knew how uncomfortable and how afraid and shook she looked, but she was being controlled and used by that man. So and, she had no power. So I'm sure she probably left his ass right away. Right
and
after
then when last year, I think that thing was all staged, where he was getting head in on the boat in Italy.
What?
You didn't see that?
What?
Oh yeah. What? So they had paparazzi around him, and then he was like getting head. And then they went back into the boat, but like went in the public. So I think he was like trying to like get attention, like a sex tape, just like
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, so like all his actions, like last year he shaved his fucking eyebrows off, and then was wearing football pads and doing all types of stuff. But I'm just over it. I've been over and I actually like try to defend him, and he says some good stuff.
Oh yeah, because don't get it.
That's the part that pisses me off. He says some real stuff.
Don't get it twisted. In the 30 minutes that I watched, the first 25 minutes, because once he got to Kim Kardashian, he said, "Oh, 2 months in, I didn't want to have fucking kids with her, and then you fucking knocked her up 4 separate times." And what? How old is the baby? The oldest one? 13. The oldest one is the same age as my son, so about 13.
The girl's
12,
the oldest,
12,
right?
13.
I don't know too much. Yeah.
So for 13 years, you sat there and knocked up that woman that you said you didn't want to have kids with 2 months in 4 fucking times. You knocked her up 4 times. Listen, I knocked mine up twice, but damn it, you said 2 months in, you knock her up 4 times. Nah, brother. After that, I was done, cause I was like, this the Kanye. But everything before that, I agreed every word that he said.
He did say something about.
I agree with every single word that he said.
Like how the media or the music machine was trying to promote. He said something interesting about fat black women. Did you see that part?
Yeah, I think I saw part of that. Yeah.
So then he had a point where he was like, "Oh, you're promoting, unhealthy lifestyle, and it's acceptable." And I don't judge people but at some point you got to take care of your health. So he was saying things, but this is how I think he intrigues people, is that he says good stuff and then he says bad stuff, and he just wants the good attention and then he wants the bad attention from his enemies.
See, for me, I don't give him the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, I agreed with everything that he said up until that 30 minutes, but see, the fuck shit that leads to getting to me to watching that, coming out in a black fucking Klansman outfit, leather Klansman outfit. You fucking lost me from there. Yeah. It was only because of you that made me even watch it. Because I already know Kanye's out here. He opens his mouth once a year for a couple of weeks. The only reason I wanted you to watch it because I thought they were going to take it down, and I was like, man, you'll never be able to see the interview. Kanye West opens his mouth for a couple of weeks, or he goes on a Twitter rant for a couple of weeks, maybe once a year or once every 2 years, because that's when he puts out a fucking album. Yeah. He wants to promote a fucking album. That's just how he fucking do.
Do you remember?
That's the only time he ever talks.
Not to get off topic, but do you remember like when Little John? Remember when ATL, like the early 2000s?
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't come close to it, but do you remember when some of the rappers were wearing the rebel flag?
Oh, what?
They were wearing the rebel flag the belts.
No.
Like Little John, Andre 3000.
I don't know.
Oh, there was a time where they were like wearing the rebel flag.
I don't.
But this doesn't even like come close to what they're doing. Like what Kanye's doing.
Oh.
But yeah, there was a time where like Andre 3000 was like wearing the rebel flag, and he was just like, yeah.
Shit, I wasn't living in Atlanta, and I don't even remember them motherfuckers wearing no rebel belts and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they didn't do it.
We was wearing glitter belts and Brahma Bull belts.
Yeah,
we was wearing the scroll belts and with the word and the scroll on it. Had our numbers flashing across. Good Lord, that was a nasty era. Good Lord, that was just a nasty era. We was wearing scroll belts with our name. Call me at.
You know what else I noticed about the interview? It wasn't even really like an interview. It was just like a 20-minute of him doing his rant. And then he was like controlling it the whole time. So it was like, it was perfect for DJ Academics. Like he could just go with the flow because he's just recording. He's just doing it for the content. And you know, it was very bizarre. It was very bizarre. And then, you know, the swastika, but I'm just over the generalizing of Jewish people because you need to start calling people out by their names. Whoever it is that, you know, that you think is screwing you over, you can't disrespect a whole race or people like that.
That's the thing. He does. He has called out like certain people and stuff like that too. But at the end of the day, he's still fucking generalizing. Kanye, I'm just tired of Kanye, period.
Yeah, me too.
Point blank, period. I really am.
Yeah.
I don't, when a Kanye headline pops up on my phone, because I can give two fucks. This ain't the same college dropout, graduation.
No.
Fucking, you know, though that Kanye don't even exist no more. I was done with Kanye when he fucking married Kim Kardashian. That's the same man. That's literally the same man that wrote, "I ain't messing with no gold digger."
Yeah.
But you got the biggest one.
Maybe she got the juice. She got him.
And there you go.
And the thing is, someone needs to watch him because his dad is still alive. I don't think I know.
If his pops is still alive,
he needs to be his handler. Yeah,
his pops can't do nothing with Kanye. He
kind of like he talked about a little bit about his dad. He was like, "Don't make her mad." I don't know if you saw that part of the interview. He's like, his dad was like, "Yo, my dad was telling me, don't do this. You don't make this woman mad." And he was talking about Kim Kardashian, and then
but he don't listen to him. Obviously,
yeah,
he didn't listen to it because obviously he made her mad.
His dad's a preacher in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know he disappointed in his son.
I mean,
he probably, if that's the case, he also got.
I don't think anybody in his circle like checks him.
No,
not on one. So I think he surrounds his people.
Kanye is
just like Anthony Edwards. They have people around them, which gives them a full sense of reality. They don't know what they're saying. He doesn't know what they're saying, and then
there is nobody that can check Kanye West. Kanye West, he cannot be checked. He's uncheckable. Yeah. He can't. You can't tell him nothing. He won't ever think twice about nobody. What, man? Please. He ain't thinking like, oh, somebody can tell me what to do, because he's all about himself.
Yeah.
Whatever he says goes. Whatever he want to do is gonna go, and he don't give a fuck about nobody else. And when people start shitting on him, now he out here looking for help from other people and stuff like that. And you mad because you ain't getting no help, but motherfucker, you out here doing this shit to yourself. This is all your stuff going on. How you getting mad? Because you open your mouth and you start bringing this unwanted attention to you, and your wife and stuff start getting pissed off at you because of that, and then she want to take her babies away from you and all this other stuff, or limit the time with your child because you acting crazy.
I think people just need to stop giving him a platform and just ignore him. And I think he'll just fade off into the sunset.
Yeah. No. Like I said, Kanye can't. He just.
Yeah.
He's one of them. He's lost.
I still listen to some of his music, going to the gym.
I can't even listen to it no more.
No?
I really can't listen to it no more.
My favorite song is You Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah. I can't listen to
Swagger Like
more
Us.
just because. No.
The remix on Swagger Like Us?
Yeah. I can't listen to none of that stuff no more just because, like I said, it's fake. It's all fake. It's not real. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with Kanye. There ain't nothing he can do for me, like I said. That's exactly where I'm at with Kanye.
I don't know why you have all these resources and you can't just find something that makes you happy. Or like it's just like it feels like Kanye has too much time on his hand. And this is when he wilds out the most. It's like he almost needs like sometimes I'm like that too. Like I need something to work towards.
I also think Kanye really do have problems. Kanye really do has problems. But he's so like, I'm okay. And can't no one tell him like, yo, Kanye, man, you wildin'. You out here bugging.
Do you think he has a little bit of schizophrenia?
Yeah, I think he definitely has some bipolar.
Because they say bipolar, but I've seen bipolar.
Whatever.
That's something else. Like I think he's got a little bit of schizophrenia.
Yeah, that feels a little stronger than
like
bipolar.
He feels like people are really coming after him like that.
I mean, not my wife, but my baby mother, she bipolar. And so, yeah. All right, let me not say that. But a therapist of mine, he kind of just randomly, after I was talking about her back in the day, he was like, oh, does she got some kind of bipolar disorder? She sounds a little bipolar. I'm like, well, I don't know. I ain't going to say that, so it might just be floating around. So, that's my session from.
And he could change that money. He could use that money for good, man. He could change Chicago. He could start some programs, and he could. I mean, he could do something for Haiti or any third world country, or do Africa.
Because I mean, you see what he did. He started the Donda school, the school for his mother. But I mean, that's not even accredited or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just a front.
So
it's just a front.
I pretty much.
It's just a front. Like
I can say I gave up on Kanye.
I've been gave up. I'm glad you joined the crew.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so now we ain't gotta have no more talks.
I can't condone that. This is probably gonna be the last time we talked about Kanye, unless unless he gets slapped up or he gets he gets roughed up,
he get hemmed up or something.
Yeah,
I
mean, if I was Jay-Z and I was in a public event, I would have swung on him. Yeah, I'd just say fuck all the bullshit. I'd pretend I'm about to shake his hand and just smack him.
If I'm Jay-Z and you publicly do that to my children like that. Oh, me and you is going from. Me and you are. I'm coming for blood.
I am surprised he's never been assaulted.
Who?
Kanye. I remember Sway. He was coming at Sway sideways, and he said, "What's up? You want to go outside?" And then he bitched up.
You don't know how to answer Sway.
Yeah, but he did. If you saw the whole interview, Sway said, "Hey, what's up, man? You want to go outside? And we can settle this." And he got real quiet when he said that. So that was the first time I've ever seen Kanye get like real checked.
But yeah, man. So
I think episode 9.
Episode
9.
Yeah, episode 9, man.
If we can't talk.
We over here almost forgetting the numbers of the episode. But yeah, episode 9, man. Yeah.
Episode 9, and then but it's gonna be the last time we talk about Kanye.
Oh yeah, definitely the last time.
I officially make a stance with my friend,
my brother. Yes.
And I was trying to defend him. I was like, yeah, but he's a good artist and he put some bangers out. But like after all these actions and I can't support evil at the end of the day. I can't support the devil. And I'm on to positivity.
Thank you.
And if I consume myself with these shenanigans that he does or entertain it,
that's evil energy coming onto you.
It throws my game off and it throws my tunnel off. And right now, I'm trying to be a 6-figure plumber. I'm trying to change the community of Central Florida and whoever I can in the virtual world. And I'm on to positivity, and I'm not into worshiping.
Well, they real too. They real. They ain't just virtual. They real. All our 27 subscribers. Thank y'all.
Yeah, in the virtual world, and you know, so, we're not gonna consume ourselves with negativity, and that's it. And he's
y'all
done.
shouldn't either.
So
be done with Kanye. All right, we outie. Austino, I'ma holla at you, man.